Good morning, guys. Today we have got this question. Student asked that he has some company names and he wants to create the sheets. Like I have just written some dummy names here. There are a couple of companies here, and it can be maybe 50 companies, it can be 100, or it can be five. Whatever. We really don't care because what we are going to do is we are going to prepare a VBA code and we will be going to automate this. This user, he said that he's looking for a code, a one button click, which can create all the sheets, by these names actually, whatever the range it has in a column, right? Except for, of course, for the label, which is my header, which is the company, right? Let's do this. We can do this. It's quite easy actually. It can be done through arrays, right? So arrays again are very very powerful, whether it's advanced Excel or it's VBA. Some of you even asked me, just wanted to actually share with you that they are looking for more on a VBA videos as well. So I'm in the process of uploading VBA videos. With this one, this is also going to be included in the list. But yes, so far I have uploaded a videos around, I think, 5 6, and uh, they are the videos. You can watch my video numbers. They are in the sequence. So far there are around 25 or 28 videos, and these are the numbers. Video numbers 16, 26, 14, 12 and 13. They are all on the video. They are all on the VBA, right, on the programming. So you can watch them, and I must guarantee you that these all our videos are just not like the normal, the videos normal something in the basic. They are very very powerful videos, and you can watch them and you can really enjoy them, watching. And maybe it would be great if you can implement them in your office work as well. So let's start with this. We have got this. I hope the question is clear to you. So what we're gonna do is we'll create the arrays, and in those arrays we'll store all these numbers one by one, and then thereafter we'll start creating these sheets, right? So before somebody asks me if you know the arrays on and the variables, and if you guys knows that what is the difference between a variable and an array, right? So I must tell you that arrays are very powerful when it comes to storing them, using them as a variable. Because suppose now you have here 8 entries only. What if you would have 50 sheets or maybe 60 sheets? Then every time you'll have to declare 50 or 60 variables separately, and writing 50 60 variables on your code is is something very time consuming process, and developers, good VBA coders, never like that idea, right? So what you can do is you can always use the arrays, and they are quite simple. You really don't have to write 50 variables, and your code will be very short and compact and very crispy, right? So let's go to the developer tab, and let's hit Visual Basic, or the Alt F11 is the shortcut key, and go to the insert and click on the module. So I'm gonna prepare a I just don't need the watch, so let me just close it. All right. So first thing first, you'll have to write a sub, right? So let me say that's my array user sub name. So answer will be created, and when I want to use the arrays, what I will do is I don't want to start it from the zero, right? Because arrays always start from the zeroth element, right? Suppose if you have your array which you define as a 4 elements, I'll just show you. Let me first write the code. So what I'm gonna do is very first thing, I'm gonna declare my array. So I would say that dim my array as string, right? And so that's the array which I'm going to declare. So if I write something here, let's say 4, then what does that mean? It means that it is going to start from the 0 0 1 2 3 4. So it means in actual it can store 5 elements, right? So but if you want to work, like if you don't want get this rule to be applied and you really want to start your array from the first, what you need to write is you write here option base 1. So what it does is you have to write in on the very top of the this module, and all the subs will go just down this. So when you define this 4, then your array will start from 1 to 4. So in actual, whatever you're writing the number, it will hold only those values. I think let me delete this. Let me show you the practical, and then I'll include that option later. So we have defined here array, and when you define the arrays, you really don't know what exactly how many elements it can store. So I'm just leaving it blank, and this is how I can define the type, that what type I'm going to hold in these arrays. And this is how, you know, open parenthesis and close parenthesis you'll give to your this arrays, right? Not just like a variable, because if I would have defined some variable like this, then I would have not, you know, used any open parenthesis and close parenthesis. But this is not acting as a variable, this is my array. So let's move ahead, and now I'm going to create a variable. Let's say uh, let's name it last row. Last row, I'll just tell you what exactly I mean. um, you can watch my other videos on the VBA, and you'll come to know we have used this code a lot, and that's my favorite code, because this is something which we really, you know, uh, we keep on using when we write the codes. So that's how this code I'm gonna write. And so what this code will do is, it will start from the A 10,000, from somewhere A 10,000, and it will come to the last, you know, the last row, the last filled cell, which is ENY here. That's the company. And so it will go to the ENY, and whatever the value, whatever the row number this last filled cell of this table will have, it will store in this last row, right? So this is, we are doing this so that we can make this dynamic. Every time when we reduce or increase the range of this table, last row can have those numbers accordingly. Now the important thing is, when you have defined the array, now you have to actually redefine it, because now you, with the help of the last row, you have got the numbers. Let me just run this code and let me show you what exactly I mean. So now this last row, see, this is showing the 8, right? I'm not using any watch or the local window, so it's quite simple. And we just hover this you know, this mouse on this, and you'll get this last row. Now last row equals to 8, which is this row, right? So eventually it means that I will have 7 elements which I'm supposed to, you know, count from here. 7 means, because 8 eighth one is the header, so I'll exclude that, so I'll subtract this one, right? Now you have to put those all elements in the array. So what you will do is, you will say that redeem my array, and now in this you'll put your this variable, right, last row. And you really don't have to define the string type, because you have already defined it. So now when you do this redeem my last array, what actually will happen is, this last row which has a 8 value, it will go to this you know, my array. And if I run this code again, let me just put it back, and let's do one thing. Let's put a watch here, so that you can see what all the contents this array will have. Now so far you see I don't see any plus sign here, expand size, right? So the moment I'm gonna do this plus sign, I'm gonna this F8, run this code, I'll have this plus sign, and I can see all the elements here, right? So now array will have, as you can see here, 8 elements, right? 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And since this has a value of 8, right, so this is going to hold 9 elements, as I was telling you, because it will actually start from the 0. So that's your choice. How do you want to do it? Whether you want to start from the 1 or you want to start it from the 0. If I want to start it from the first element, and I don't want this 0th element to be calculated, that's again a, you know, it's all up to the choice. As such, there is no difference in you know, understanding or the working on the arrays from these perspectives. But I don't like actually using the 0th element. There is no specific reason behind that, right? I just don't like it, right? So so I'm just gonna write here option based one. Now you'll see, if I run this code again, what will happen is, this last row will have the 7, because we are subtracting the 1. And this my array, the moment I'm gonna press F8, this will have a plus sign, and now you can see that it is actually has started from the first, right? So 0th element is excluded. Now whatever the value this last row has, exactly I have got these many elements, and all are empty. So now what we want to do is, we have created an array which has all the number of the elements, the positions, you know, we call them the positions, first, second, third, fourth, and so on, right, depending upon this last row, which will keep on changing as your data keeps on, you know, changing. So now we got to put them in the array, and in order to put them in the array, in order to assign them the elements, you know, the values, what we are going to do is, we are going to start a loop, right? So what I'm going to do is, let me just reset this. So I'm going to write here, for I equals to, let's say, 1 to last row. I'm going to run a loop which will run from here, and it will keep on moving forward, you know, till the time it's doesn't see any empty value, right? So let me first also declare the variable here, I, as maybe let's say it's gonna be long will have a huge value, it can store. So now what you need to do is from I equals to 1 to last row, which means that this is going to start from the very first cell. What I'll do is I'll assign these elements one by one. So my array I, the first element of the array, when I was telling you that it has the 7 elements, first, second, and first, second, third, fourth, and so on, it should have your sheet 1, which I have selected. Now this sheet 1, you can even write the main sheet, but I'm not gonna write it because I know, I'm very much sure that this main sheet is never gonna be changing its position, right? So if I put this sheet, drag this sheet to before this main sheet, then sheet 2 is going to be my first sheet, which is going to create a lot of trouble for you if you write the code like this, the one, right? So depending upon the choice, I know that main sheet will always remain the first sheet, so I'm simply writing sheet 1 and then cells, and then we're gonna put the row and the column. So row number would be the first, because I will pass on to this as a 1, and I'll write here value. So I'll just show you what exactly it is going to do, and the moment it is going to add, or maybe I can start writing, I can show you right now. So alright, so we have for without next. Obviously for always works with the next, right? Because we are running the for loop. Now let's see. So we have all the values here, right? 1 to 7. Let's focus on this. For I equals to 1, you have this value I equals to, the moment I'm going to press this F8, now this I will have a 1 and this 7. So it means this loop is going to run 7 times. Now the first element of this I is being passed to this 1. So what is the first element? Right now it shows this 0. The moment I'm going to press F8, you see this company will be included in this, right? Because this is a header, right? So what you can do is you can in case if you have a header, you can start it from the 2, so that your first header should be excluded, right? So I'll just rerun this, and now let's see. So now we have the Jindal. Okay, so we'll have to run this code again. Let me just reset this, and now let's rerun this, and now let us check the value, right? So we have a Jindal here, and the first element is blank, so we actually don't need the blank, right? So let's check what exactly is happening here. I have got here cell address, second row and the first. So second row is Jindal, which is giving me the correct value, but here I have the 2. Okay, my mistake, my bad. So my this I is giving the value of second, because I have started it from this second. So obviously it will give me the value of the second element and not the first. So I'll have to put it here 1, right? I'll have to put it here 1, but instead of that I'll do one thing. I'll use this trick right? So you see, when I prepare the codes, I really don't make them in the mind. I go with the flow, so that you can always correlate your codes. You can relate yourself with me, that the way I'm writing the codes, and I'm getting all these issues, the problems, and I'm trying to troubleshoot them. So it looks a little genuine on your part, that all right, so you have not written anything pre-written any code, and you're working like exactly as a fresher, right? So why I have added here I plus 1, because of the fact that I see that there is a header, and I want to start from the Jindal, which is on my second row in the first column. So whenever this I will start, it will take this first parameter. Let me just rerun this code, and I'll show you what exactly I mean. Now in order to get the first array element filled, I have I'm passing this I equals to 1 on here. So what will happen is here I equals to 1 will act, and here I plus 1, so which means 2. So cells 2 comma 1 means that the second row in the first column, so it will have this Jindal value here, right? So the moment I press F8, you see that I'm now getting the Jindal, right? Now what you need to do is you need to run this code 7 times, and every time you run the code, this array will keep on increasing. Next time this code will run, this I will be changed to 2, and similarly 2 plus 1 will be the 3, and in 3 we have the bishop, right? So let's do one thing. Before doing that, we need to add the sheet as well, because we need to create the sheet. So that's how you write the sheets. Now you want to write the before or after, so I don't write actually before, but instead I will write the after. Now after is bold, so I'll write the name of my sheet, which is sheet 1, right? And thereafter, when the sheet is going to be added, I guess we need to name it as the first element the value which my array holds, at that point in time. And what else? I guess we are done here. It looks fine to me. So let me just reset this code, and let us run this code. Let me just expand this. Now the first element will go here, and it is going to be a Jindal. Perfect. Now sheet has to be added after sheet 1, which is my this main sheet. So let's see if it is going to add the sheet. Yeah, so you can check here, sheet 4 is added. Sheet 2, sheet 3 is something which I had already created, so no need for them. You can delete them. I just wanted to show you the videos on the VBA, so that's why I think I created those sheets, but there is otherwise no purpose of using them. Right now, active sheet, it is on the sheet 4, so the active sheet should have what? It should have a my array first element name, and my first element name has a Jindal, right? So we have the Jindal here now, and next it will go to the next. Now this time the I value will be incremented by 1, because initially it was 1. Now this second will go here, my array, and the second element it should have is it should have the sheet 1, the cell I plus 1 will be cell 3, so it means the third row in the first column of sheet 1, and which is my this main sheet. So you can check here, the bishop is entered here, and similarly the active sheet is going to have a name of the bishop, right? So this is how you keep on adding this code, and I think it will work till the time we have all these filled, the arrays, right? So we have this. Now what is the value of the I? It is the value of the 7, so it is going to run, I think, the last time, because we have this 7 here. For I equals to 1 to last row means that this array, this looping will run 7 times, right? And that's the purpose, in fact. So ENY is also created. Now I should go to the end sub. Yeah, here we go. So this is how, so that's the code you can write here, and all the sheets are created by the name of your this, whatever the names you have written here, right? So even if you have some more names here, let's say I write here GGHH and RR and maybe JJ, and if I delete these names, and if I try to run this array again, this code again, let's first run this through the button this time. I'm very fond of buttons actually, because you really every time can't go in the background and can run the codes. You always need to take the help of these buttons, because what if you are sending this file to somebody and who doesn't know Excel and VBA, right? So you have to take care of your audience as well. See, I believe a good developer is not somebody who really writes very complex codes, and who really writes something very astonishing, which is something not easy to understand. Of course, I mean, if you know so many things, it's always good to write those good programs, but always take care of your audience as well. Now don't give them this option that they're supposed to go to the alt F11, the background window in this Visual Studio, and then from here they are supposed to run the code. No, that's something which no developer likes to do that, right? In fact, I haven't seen anyone doing that in my career. So what you can do is you can always create those buttons, and with the help of those buttons you can actually create those macros. So just my macro name, and I'm going to say macros in all open workbook or this workbook. So let me keep this workbook, and I'll just press OK. Now button is created. You can give the different color or whatever you want to write here. You can write here even at the text run me. Okay, now when this code will run, I'm sure all the sheets will be created once again, right? So let's check, and yeah, so we have created all the sheets JJ, RR, HH, and till this the first sheet Jindal. So automatically this is a dynamic code, and if I delete this entire thing, and if I delete all these sheets again, and if I run this again, now I have only 2 sheets. So that's how so powerful these arrays are. You really don't have to uh, pass on these all the values one by one in the variables. Instead you can just use them like this, in the form of the arrays, right? So I'm very big fan of arrays, whether it's advanced Excel or whether it's VBA. You can watch my videos on the arrays as well on the advanced Excel, and you will be really surprised to see that how long the formulas can be, right? I don't remember the sequence number, but once you will be on my YouTube channel, you can search them using I think it starts with something like how to extract the text from the alphanumeric, or how to extract the numbers, and I have clearly mentioned there the array is a keyword, right? So Guys, let me pause here and let me just thank you all because you have been writing a lot of emails to me and you are really liking this program, and I really appreciate that. And this is my email ID. In case if you're looking for some short course or maybe some very a course which actually starts from the scratch, basic, intermediate, advanced Excel and the VBA, then please let me know. That's my email ID and we can talk on that. And one thing more, somebody also some of you actually requested me to upload some videos on the Access VBA as well. So very soon I'll upload the videos on Access VBA as well, but for now you'll really need to wait. So please wait and be with me. You have supported me a lot, and you can watch these videos on all these videos on the YouTube, please. And in case if you like them, please don't forget to like them, and please share with as many people as you can. And so with just this request, I'm wrapping up this video. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and this video would have given you a some amount of knowledge and information about VBA. So thanks guys, thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to my channel as well if you're looking for some more learning, and have a nice day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.